Hi everyone. So we are going to cover this in class. However, I wanted you to be able to have a reference point, especially during our week that we are fully remote. So the first multiplication equation that I have is a decimal multiplied by a whole number. And I just want to review it quickly and then compare it to the second multiplication equation that I have to the right. So we have 15 and 12/100ths times 9. So the first thing you do is you take your factor and you multiply it through. So I'm first going to do 9 times 2, which is 18. I carry the 1. Now I do 9 times 1, which is 9, but I add the 1 I carried, so it's 10. And I carry the 1 again. Then I do 9 times 5, which is 45, plus the 1 is 46. And I carry the 4. And the last factors I multiply are 9 times 1, which is 9. And then plus the 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I write 13. So it's the same process that we would use if we did not have a factor with a decimal. However, when we have a decimal point in our equation, we have to count how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point. Again, a whole number has a decimal point at the end, so we don't count that one. So if we start at the decimal point, to the right, we have 1, 2 digits. And so we start because, again, remember, we need to have the same 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. So I would put it here. And our answer would be 136 and 8/100ths. Now, it does look like it lines up, the decimals, but that's not always the case, as you will see in the next example. So, moving on to the next example, when you're multiplying by a factor that has a 0 and then either a tenths or a hundredths or a thousandths place, it's the same process, except for we have to decide how many digits need to be to the right of our decimal in the product. So again, I'm going to start with a factor of 2, and I'm going to go 2 times 1, which is 2. I'm going to go 2, there's no carrying, so 2 times 8 is 16, and I just write it. Now, I could multiply through by 0, but we know that any number times 0 is 0, so there's no need to do that. It's not going to impact our answer, our product. So just as in the equation to the left, we have to decide how many digits are to the right of the decimal. And again, there's only 1 here. So in our product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem, we need 1 digit to the right of the decimal. So our answer is, or our product is 16 and 2/10ths.